As Duke basketball begins the 2022-23 preseason tonight with the exhibition opener against Fayetteville State, the Blue Devils will take the court long on talent but deficient in several other areas. Two of the major components of a successful team Duke is missing are experience and continuity. The lack of experience is nothing new in Durham, as the Blue Devil program has spent the better half of the last decade shuffling through yearly roster upheaval as a parade of high school All-Americans came to Duke, performed, and then declared for the NBA draft. The 2022-23 Blue Devils are once again harboring a roster of future professionals, with four of its freshmen, center Dereck Lively II, wing Dariq Whitehead, combo guard Tyrese Proctor, and forward Mark Mitchell all appearing on various NBA draft radars before any of the four has played a single minute of college basketball. As for continuity, throughout the one-and-done era of the program, former coach Mike Krzyzewski always had a few upperclassmen who could be counted on to step in as team leaders and role players. But this team returns just one rotation player from last year's Final Four team and welcomes 11 new faces. So how does rookie head coach Jon Scheyer hope to overcome those deficits? By relying on the new recruiting tool available to programs, the NCAA Transfer Portal, where teams can, as former head coach Mike Krzyzewski liked to say, get old fast. In Duke's case, the Blue Devils brought in 4 graduate transfers, 2 of which are expected to play regular minutes in the rotation. Illinois transfer small forward Jacob Grandison is expected to either start or be the first wing sub off the bench, while Northwestern big man transfer Ryan Young was expected to be the first post player off the bench. Young's role will, however, has been increased in the first few weeks of the preseason, as freshman Lively has missed a few weeks with a lower leg injury that kept him sidelined during the team's secret scrimmage against preseason top 5 opponent Houston. Lively is questionable for the exhibition opener against Fayetteville State, though is expected to play next week when the regular season begins. Still, his absence has left an opening that the 22-year-old Young has been called to fill. Against the Cougars last week, the 6'10", 235-pound forward was Duke's leading scorer, 14 points, while making all 3 of his field goal attempts and 8 of 10 from the foul line. He also proved to be a solid spatial defender in the paint, according to sources in attendance. It was a continuation of his senior season at Northwestern, where he averaged 9.0 points and 4.2 rebounds in 31 appearances for the Wildcats, and certainly gave the Duke coaching staff confidence in their post depth. Both now, when the team's projected starting center is sidelined, and in the future as the rotation begins to reveal itself. From his perspective, the opportunities for minutes and to establish himself within the rotation in whatever capacity is something the senior is looking forward to. It's exciting to really not know how it's going to play out, said Young of the rotation at present. Having depth is a great thing because it gives a lot of guys opportunities. Obviously at this point, we're all one unit moving forward. It means there's a lot of minutes and time in games and roles up for grabs still. Competition and not backing away from adversity are common themes continually heard from Duke these days as the Scheyer era begins. The coaches and players know that a group of individuals are being tasked with coming together quickly and efficiently under a head coach with less than 3 full games of experience, and to do so under the spotlight commanded by the brand of Duke basketball. In short, this team has to be willing to fight, and, according to Young, that challenge is something that will drive the players because of how their head coach has approached his role in year 1. The biggest thing that stood out for me ever since I was just recruited here just a few months ago was how hungry Coach Scheyer is, he said. For a guy that's already been to the top and won it all, that really stands out. Just how excited and how hungry he is to be here and to be at the head now.